Hey everyone, Dr. Lisa here, and I've been doing the Conscious Love 28 Days of Conscious Love. MailChimp flagged me because I've been, I talk about Guru Goddess, talk about girlfriends, talk about medicine women, also been talking about love and different aspects, taste, touch, very innocently, but their algorithm, somebody must have, something in their, attracted their attention. So I'm in the process of bypassing them and putting it directly on YouTube. So we're going to continue. I can't send it to my email list right now, but I'm going to give it directly here because I send them over to YouTube. So I said, why don't I just go live? So today for day 6, if you haven't been watching, if you look over on my YouTube, over on Lisa Holland, Dr. Lisa PT1, and I'll put the link to the blog. And I've been giving little tips for you to optimize the body, mind, and learning and loving your body and your life. And today we're talking microbiome. So, what's the microbiome? Well, it's kind of hard for anybody who's in health and wellness to have not heard about it, but you may not have. And basically, it's love on your bacteria. We have a medical system that's against bacteria. And what we found in the past couple decades is that that's completely wrong because bacteria is not necessarily bad. What we need is a balance. And we actually have in our gut a lot of good and bad bacteria. And when we're eating foods or having stress or acting in ways that are being abusive to the balance, then we can get things not digesting properly. We can have disease processes. In fact, they're seeing that the gut microbiome happens as you're born to be cultured and gotten from a vaginal delivery as opposed to a C-section delivery. So this is something that's super important to understand that, your gut and your gut's health starts in utero, like when you're in your mother's belly, and with her digestion and her food and how inflamed she is and and how she gives birth, how healthy she is to give birth, and the support she has. It is a pretty complex thing. But if you do come out down the vaginal canal, and you're going to get a little bit of that bacteria coming into you, and it's going to start your gut microbiome. And studies show that long-term health is greatly affected by starting it off the right way through your mom. But let's say you were a C-section baby. You couldn't help it. You had to live, right? Well, the things we can do after the baby's born is breastfeeding. That's another opportunity for us to help with the gut microbiome. I know there's a lot of babies put on things for acid reflux and issues with that. And we really have to start thinking about why that might be. It might be what mom's eating. It might be the chemicals in her food. It might be issues with her gut and translating and having issues with the baby's gut. So it's a bigger conversation than we tend to have. And it's not one that the pediatricians are really talking about. And it's not one that the OBGYNs are talking about. So who can you go to get this information? You can go to a list of women's health physical therapists specifically trained in a lot of these things: hormone health, integrative women's health specialists, nutritionists, functional medicine oriented, physical therapists, as well as dietitians and health coaches, people who are trained in understanding the modern functional medicine and how the gut works. So, how could you help your gut? Let's say you're an adult and you're on your own. What you can do is monitor your stress. People who are stomach people, like people who get upset and have to run to the bathroom, pretty much everybody processes some sort of fight or flight response from their gut because we have this really amazing enteric nervous system, and it's really tied into our inner organs because the universe realized that it's not the time to be having a hot fudge sundae or eating whatever when you need to be running and dealing with things. The problem is we in our psyche have decided to eat when we're stressed. And so now we're having the stress response, which is taking blood away from our gut and into our muscles and into our alert brain so that we can run the hell out of there, even when we're just at our desk stressing, and we're not going to get proper nutrition. So we want to monitor our stress. We want to be mindful as we eat. We want to chew really well. We never want to eat and be stressed out at the same time as best as possible. We do want to make sure the food that's going into our bodies are foods that maybe can give good nutrition to the good gut bacteria. So that's where you hear things like probiotics or fermented food. Because if we're going to be stressing them out, we want to make sure that they're going to get nourishment and support and things like that. Bone broths, things that can coat and heal the inner gut so that there's not those inflammatory things happening, such as food particles getting out into the blood flow and things like that where it shouldn't happen. We want it to be processing through the liver and get ourselves out the kidneys and detoxify. So that's a little bit of body love for today. I didn't want to stay on too long, but we're talking about microbiome, loving on your bacteria. And tomorrow, we're going to come right back here. We're going to see how this works out. I've not been on live on YouTube, but we'll see how this works out. Either you'll get a video directly in and I'll post it, or you'll see me again live tomorrow for day 7. Talk to you soon. Bye.